Yo, what's going on, Simon? It's Friday, August 5th, and if you want to do the procurers and you don't want to F it up, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to go show you how to do this, but first, before I jump into this, I'm just going to point out, you go to game modes, you go to arcade, and you have two ways to practice this guy. These guys, I should say. So the earliest way to do it is the Quanta, okay? But they're on the third stage of it, so you do have to go through two of them first. But if you go ahead and do this one, the only restriction is optional, so really you can practice doing whatever the hell you want, okay? Or you can go ahead and practice it on the second stage of the dyads. However, you will have a loadout restriction. Not that you really need much of a loadout for this one. In fact, I'm probably just going to do it without the loadout. So, yeah, if you want to practice, though, you can go ahead and do that. If not, you want to just jump right into this. Here we go. Let's watch the briefing.
Good morning, 47. Your targets are Jack Roe, aka Jacob Roe, the charismatic celebrity chef specializing in new Nordic cuisine, and his partner in crime, Robert Burk, a well-established embalmer. The unlikely duo have been secretly working together in a diabolical scheme that could only come from a Gothic novel. They have set up a rather bizarre business where, let's just say, nothing is off the menu. However, our client, a celebrity who wants to remain anonymous, has somehow come across the shocking truth of Mr. Rowe's secret ingredient and managed to connect the two together. Embarrassed and disgusted, they have not been able to go to the authorities, as this would most likely lead to further scandal. So, they have turned to us. It's time to put an end to this ghoulish madness. Good luck, 47.
And if you want to read the target intel, you can just kind of pause the video as I scroll through this. Alright, cool. So for this, we're just going to start with all the default stuff. You want to start in the main road, where whatever you want, and we don't actually need to bring anything at all. So let's just go ahead and start like this.
Good afternoon, 47. Welcome to Thornbridge Manor. Your targets are currently separated, each taking care of their task at hand. Mr. Rowe is currently serving tasters to Gregory Carlyle, trying to entice him to become a VIP customer of his twist on Nordic cuisine, whilst Mr. Burke is putting the final touches on the late Zachary Carlyle, salvaging any potential waste that Mr. Rowe might deem appropriate for human consumption. Be careful, 47. These men are truly diabolical.
Okay, so pretty much as soon as you start, we're going to just infiltrate the manor in the most obvious way, which is kind of like to go to the right. As you can see, I just did. You shouldn't run into any problems until you get to this part. Then you just got to wait for this one guy to turn around. As soon as he turns around, you can hop the wall, run across, and then here you want to pick up this baseball. Alright, so pick up the baseball and then run to the bushes, and then you can climb into this window. In the main mission, I think normally this would be locked, but it's not here, so that's why we don't need a lockpick. You can pick up a master key just to be safe while we're here. And you don't really need anything else. Honestly, you can pick up a lethal poison jar if you want. And so for this first part, we're going to pick up a disguise. And this part can be a little tricky. But anyway, we want to get that guy's attention. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck the baseball here. And if he doesn't hear it, maybe just do a little closer. So you heard it. Now you have to pick it up again and then hide. And then basically as soon as he turns around, we're going to just nail him in the back of the head.
This day keeps getting better and better.
It can be tricky because you'll most likely knock him out and he'll be in the doorway. But the other guy usually can't see it because there's like a piece of furniture that's blocking. So as long as you didn't get caught, then just kind of drag him into Fernsby's office, pick up his outfit obviously, and then dump him in this closet. And that's really the first tricky part that's out of the way. You get the baseball bat if you want. So then now that when you're down here, what you want to do is you want to just head over to the kitchen, just over here. And then try to figure out where one of the targets is. This is the celebrity chef.
That is Jack Roe.
He'll most likely be over
AKA
here.
Jack Roe, celebrity chef who has cashed in on the Nordic cuisine bandwagon and has succeeded. His recipes might be bold, but he is a charlatan, if there ever was one.
So our next step will be to take out this maid. So I recommend you wait until the chef goes back to the kitchen.
Robert's so agitated today.
Otherwise he'll like pass through this area. Now, there's a box here where we can put the maid. And I do not recommend that you chuck anything on the floor, because I found that it, for some reason, gets the attention of some guards like from another floor. So really, you don't need to chuck anything on the floor. She never really turns around, so you can just like, from behind, just directly take her out. And then stuff her over in this box. Once you've done that, I would go into the next room and just pick up 2 of these coins. And then basically this part might take a while, but I'm going to wait until the target comes back out these doors. And then we're essentially going to attack him then and either leave him by this box or throw him into it. Now, there isn't a lot of room here to really maneuver. So what I would do is I would actually take one of the 2 coins and just place it. Don't throw it, just place it in the middle of this hallway. And that way when the target comes, he'll see it, and that'll buy you some time because he'll try to pick it up. So that'll buy you time to close this door and then, you know, throw a baseball at his head. So for now, he's probably kind of just like doing a routine in the kitchen. Or if he's not in the kitchen, he's actually moved on to go upstairs. I think that's him right there. Upstairs to talk to the other target. He'll do this from time to time. And then you just gotta wait for him to come all the way back down and through these kitchen doors. So I'll probably do a cut. So actually on that note, while we're waiting for the chef to come back down, I figure we might as well kind of just get started on the next part, which is to pick up a wrench in the garden area. So to do that, we can just go ahead and so we were coming from here just now, right? So we just go ahead and come out this way and kind of just go outside. There shouldn't really be any enforcers nearby. So the one wrench in this level is going to be next to the fountain, and it's going to be on the side closer to that greenhouse. There it is. So we have to pick this up for later. So you might as well just go ahead and pick that up right now while we're waiting for the chef. And then I'm just going to head right back to where we were before. All right, here we are, and the chef has come back from upstairs. He's still going to like do some random stuff in here for a while, so we still have to wait around a little bit. He's going to put the plate down. Still going to walk around and do random stuff. Basically, at some point, he's going to like further prep it, and then that's when he'll walk back outside the kitchen. Okay, so he's going out now. Gonna get my throwable ready.
This place is beautiful. I should invest. Man.
So once he sees the coin and gets out of the way of the door, you just close the door and chuck the thing in his head. And here's the important part. So he's gonna drop a pack of cigarettes, right? So what we do now with this guy is I would move him by this box, and if you want to just be efficient, you can just kill him now any way you want. Snap his neck, or you know, whatever, and throw him in the box. But if you want to be safe, you could also just leave him so that you retain the ability to restart if you screw up the next part, which is what I'm going to do. Because nobody else should come down this way, so his body shouldn't be found. I wouldn't throw anything on the floor, because then that'll get someone's attention, potentially. So just leave him like this, and then we can move on to the next guy. So for the next guy, we have to go upstairs, and so what we're going to do is we're actually going to run out this way, just like before. If you haven't gotten the wrench yet, go ahead and do that now. It's on the far side of that fountain. And I'm going to climb up this pipe. Just going to make sure that this maid is like kind of far away. So just climb up this pipe. And onto the second floor. Once you exit the bathroom, turn left. And then there's just one enforcer who patrols this hallway. You don't really need to walk past him. Just make sure he's not coming from the other direction and like can see you through this doorway. But anyway, so what we're gonna do now is run over to this side, and then there's like a window here. So you're gonna climb out the window and essentially just go to the left this way. And then now you're gonna be basically on a balcony outside the room of where the other target is. You're trespassing, but the maid out here doesn't care. So what you want to do is, with that wrench, you want to loosen this valve. I don't think the maid ever sees you, but you'll want to just make sure she's like moving from one position to another, and then you can go ahead and do it. Once you loosen that valve, just check inside to see if the target's there. If there's like more than 2 people in there, then the target's there. So basically what he'll do is he'll kind of walk back and forth between Zachary's room and the small office for maybe, I don't know, like a minute per room. So you want to wait until he's like just about to go outside of Zachary's room to the small office. And meanwhile, you want to keep your eye on one of the guards that's going to like stick around here. It's basically when the target leaves, the inner maid and one of the guards is going to stay behind. So you want to just keep an eye on their positions.
That is Robert Burk, an embalmer for the mourners who can afford him. His actions to please Mr. Rowe's fiendish appetite make him an equally diabolical confederate. Don't be fooled by his appearance.
Okay, so I think he's about to leave the room. And unfortunately right now the position of the other guard is not good, because if I enter the room he'll see me. Ideally we want him to be on the right side, because when he's on the right side he won't see you do everything that you need to do inside this room. So in this case I might have to just wait for another cycle. Or maybe I'll just keep an eye on the guard to see if he moves. So he's moving now, and so I'm gonna now base it on the position of the maid, because we can't let her see us. So as soon as she turns her back, I'm gonna go ahead and run in and do my thing. It should just take a few seconds. Meanwhile, I'm gonna see if the target is coming this way. Looks like he's coming back, so unfortunately I don't want to risk it. I'm just gonna have to wait for another cycle. Fortunately, we have to be patient with these things. Okay, so he's on his way out. I'm a little nervous about that other guard, because he's been standing there for a bit. I can't enter right now anyway because of the maid. And yeah, as you can see, it's just not a good cycle, so I'm gonna have to wait probably another cycle. All right, so I think this is actually gonna be good because the target's about to leave the room. The other guard is about to get into the better position. And then all we need to do is now wait for this maid to change positions until we can be fairly confident that she won't bust us. So I'm gonna go now.
Excuse me?
Actually, no, maybe I'm not gonna go now. Yeah, her position is, I'm not confident about her position actually. Let's give it one more cycle. Okay, I think this one is actually going to be it. Dude's about to leave, other guard is about to get into a good position, and the maid is about to move into the far corner, I think. So hopefully the fourth time is a charm. So we just need to wait for this one bodyguard to start getting out of the way. I'm actually going to go now. So what you want to do is run in here and just replace the cigarettes. And then just get out of here. And then that's it. Once you've done that really was the tricky part. Just go back and if you want to stick around and kind of watch the explosion, you can. Let me see if I can kind of do that from here. Not really. I guess you'd have to be like doing it from here. I'm pretty sure that once the explosion happens, the other body will be safe from being found. But if you don't even want to take that chance, what I would do now is I would run down to the chef and essentially wait until this guy blows himself up with the cigarettes, then immediately kill the chef and stuff him in the box. But we're gonna live life on the edge a little bit and kind of just watch this guy blow himself up. The only thing I advise is like, if guards come running, kind of just keep an eye out on where all the enforcers are and stuff. So let's try to have a little bit of fun with this one. There's a target. He's about to go find the cigarettes pretty soon. All right, here he comes.
Oh, that's good. I needed that.
Mark it down. It's not over yet, 47.
Okay,
One more to
so
go.
no one else should die. And then we want to just make sure that as we make our way back, no one comes running. So I'm just gonna go this way. Back to the bathroom. Come back out this way, down the pipe. Just make sure we are aware of the position of that maid. And then I'm gonna run around the house this way, head back toward the chef. Just making a habit of closing all doors behind me. And then I'm just gonna snap his neck.
Targets eliminated. Find an exit. Your money is being transferred now.
So now I've stuffed him in the box, and then to get out of here, I just go through the kitchen. Back this way, and then Make sure no one is around, and then change. Hop out the window. Just gonna go this way. Super safe. And then, of course, once you hop this wall, you're home free. There is an enforcer by the gate, though, so just don't get too close to those guys, and then run to the motorcycle where you started, then you're good. Cool. And let's see how fastest people are doing this. 34 seconds. So congrats to happy little Y. See y'all next time.